It's just not true. First and foremost, let's start with it's just not true. I mean, you look at the Bureau of Census, the Census Bureau, you look at Pew Research. In fact, from 2019 to 2022, the average white family's wealth increased $50,000 over black Americans. Here's what they do. So black wealth increased at a faster pace, but you're coming from such a low base, and that's because lower paying jobs actually did pretty well post-COVID. Leisure and hospitality. Well, in the respect that you went from minimum wage, $10 an hour, to $11 an hour. You can argue and say, hey, we got you 10%, but it's still squat. It's still nothing. It is nothing. You have not prepared black people to participate in the wealth creation of this nation. They go to schools in these major cities, and they graduate at 12th grade with a 7th grade reading level. You have done nothing for black Americans, and guess what? They're starting to wake up. We are starting to wake up. I know the campaign has been amazing. It's been a 60-year campaign, and this is what the real campaign is. They're evil. Those are the mean white people that will harm you. We won't. It's never about what you've done under us. We have given you the vote. We have given you major cities for 5, 6 decades, and guess what? We are still in squalor. We are still at the bottom of the pile, and guess what? When the illegals come here, we go further in the bottom. We go down another rung. They even leapfrog over black Americans. So the notion that somehow Biden has been the best president for black people it's beyond preposterous. He might have been the worst. Let me tell you one other thing, Stuart. The reason why it scares me when a Democrat gets in office, because nothing bad that happens to black people is generally reported. Nothing. So last year, the White House let a major food stamp program vanish. They allowed it to expire. It was significant. It helped a lot of families. He let it expire. President Biden didn't put up a fight. If President Trump was in office, that would be the number one campaign thing. So President Trump doesn't want you to eat. But whenever a Democrat's in office, these stories never make the rounds. We don't report on it. The mainstream media doesn't report on it. And it's really crazy. It's really crazy.
We're going to leave it right there, Charles, but I could talk about this all day. And one day we will, probably tomorrow,
So could I.
actually.